Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Nintendo Campfire. Today, we've got a shorter show. There wasn't too much crazy news this week, but we still have some fun stuff to talk about. We had a couple big releases, and we even have a few smaller rumors and leaks to cover. So let's jump right into this, guys. So, what have I/we been playing this week? I played a little bit more of Mario Tennis Fever, which was a lot of fun. My girlfriend and I played some of that local couch co-op style again, and that game continues to be a blast. We played a little bit of online as well, which is definitely the most chaotic mode in the game. We did a online 2-on-2 match. We had some run-ins with the bullet bill racket, which is always crazy, and it's really fun to use fever rackets to find ways to keep your opponents at bay, like using the ice racket to basically make it so that the opponent cannot walk on the turf on their side of the court. Or I like to use the shove-a racket, which is a racket that every time your opponent hits it after landing a fever shot, they get pushed back. So I like to use the shove-a racket to push the opponent back and then throw drop shots so that the opponent basically cannot make it up in front of the net in time. So yeah, we've been having fun playing that. I am still working through the what are they called? Not battle towers, trial tower modes, and the tournament modes. So I've completed the adventure mode. I've done a lot of online battles. I've unlocked all of the rackets, the fever rackets, and now I'm just trying to unlock all of the characters and to level up and make my way through more of those little trial tower challenges. And I do have to do some of the special mode challenges as well. Other than that, I also randomly decided to boot up the Game Boy Advanced NSO Nintendo Classics app, and I remember that I never finished my playthrough of the Minish Cap, so I just randomly one night decided to finish the Minish Cap. And I did exactly that. I was literally in the final dungeon, the Dark Castle, and yeah, I just decided to finish off Vati on a whim, and that was a lot of fun. The Minish Cap is a great game. The music is amazing. The art style is incredible. It's like the only pixelated, fully pixel art Toon Link style game. And I think that, yeah, it was a great time all around. I really enjoyed it. I think the Minish Cap had a really fun gimmick with being able to shrink down. There was a lot of moments where that game used that as a big visual showcase, like times when you shrink down and are exploring a roof and looking down at the gigantic people below you or on a bookshelf. I wish it was utilized a little more as a whole, but the few times where they utilize it fully are incredible. And I think the combat in the game is really fun, and I like the kinstones. There might be too many of them, but it is really cool to have a way to interact with all of the random NPC characters. So kinstones are pretty cool. And Vati as a villain is pretty interesting. He's a recurring villain, and I like that the Minish Cap reuses a lot of voice clips from the N64 games. Like there's the Mask Salesman from Majora's Mask. There's a lot of Young Link from Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask. I think it's really cool. Minish Cap came out at a really interesting time in the Zelda history, and I think that is reflected in the game and its art style and its visuals and music. So it's about time I finished that game. It was the first time I finished it, and I'm happy to have officially added that to my Zelda fan resume. Now I have completed the Minish Cap for real. I wish I had it on original hardware on the GBA cart, but I love Nintendo Switch Online for being an easy way to play classic games with save states and rewind. I won't lie, I definitely use that. So that was fun, not something I was expecting to do, but it's something I did anyways. I also played lots of Metroid Prime 4. I am literally currently in the middle of the final battle right now. I didn't mean to trigger it. I did. I wasn't sure exactly how soon after getting to Chrono Tower the final battle would ensue, but it was immediately, so I'm going to get back to that. I really enjoyed my time with the game, and I know in previous episodes of the podcast I said I didn't really understand why people were so upset about the desert. I get it now. I think in the last section of the game, they make some really weird design choices which I wouldn't have made myself, like making you go back to the desert to find the mech parts for Betsy, or making you go into the desert and finding an obscene amount of green crystals. And it's just not having teleportation that makes it a lot worse, because you'll go back to base camp in Fury Green, you'll talk to Mackenzie, you'll find out you need green crystals. You go and get some. And it's not really made explicitly clear that you can always view that from your menu. So you go back to deposit the green crystals, you find out you don't have enough. Mackenzie tells you you need to go earn more green crystals so you can grow the memory fruit. You go get more green crystals, you come back, you find out you need to find the mech parts. So you have to go back to the desert, ride around there, and there's no fast travel. There's no teleportation. I like the desert. I like being able to ride around on Viola. I think that it's really cool and really fun. But I honestly think the game might have been better off if there was no desert, or if the desert was way smaller. And if there was something to do. Like there's a section in the game where a rain shower of green rain just falls upon the land. And that's explained the reason why in the story of the game, but it'd be really cool if after that happened, the desert changed. Maybe it became more of a jungle, or if there was like water somewhere in the desert, there was an oasis. There are enemies spread throughout, but the battles are just annoying more than they are interesting. There is a Moldiga like enemy, like the Moldiga from Zelda in Metroid Prime 4, and there were many times I drove around the desert trying to battle it and it would just disappear, and you weren't able to interact with it until a certain point in the story, and even then you're just riding around on Viola and driving into this creature like 4 or 5 times. That's not really an engaging battle, and why is the creature there in the desert for the entirety of the game if you can only battle it at one certain point? Like, if they wanted to have an open world desert, then they should have made it truly open. There should have been actual stuff to do in there. There's shrines here and there. There's Galactic Federation debris with the Betsy parts that you have to find later on, but the desert as a whole, you just have to keep the game forces you to go back there too much. Like it's not even just a travel hub. Like it's not even like Hyrule Field in Ocarina of Time. You're not just crossing the desert to get to your next destination. It forces you to go back there, and that's when it's bad. There were definitely a few times when I was like, oh, I really don't want to ride around the desert just looking for green crystals anymore. That is a understandable complaint that people have, and I think I share that myself. But other than that, the game is visually beautiful. The boss fights for the most part are great. Honestly didn't really like the Omega Griever boss fight. It just went on for too long and the aiming was way too specific. Like you actually had to either use motion controls or unlock the like reticle and move Samus's reticle with the right stick to like very specific parts of the Omega Griever. The name was a fun callback to Metroid Prime, Omega Griever, Omega Metroid. I liked that. It was crazy at first seeing a gigantic Griever, but the fight went on a little too long and it was like too hyper specific with the way you had to aim. And I think it was a little unclear at first what you had to do. Of course, scanning and reading the information for the enemies will help you figure it out, but even then, I was a little lost. Other than that, though, love the boss fights. All of the locations have been a lot of fun. I've loved interacting with the NPC characters like Sergeant Duke, and Mackenzie is even great. I really like, I can't remember his name right now, but there's the chill sniper guy who is really cool. Um, the robot View is great. And of course, Armstrong, she kind of has like a girl crush on Samus. I really enjoyed that. She was a great character. And Silux has been a great villain. There have been a few times I thought we were dealing with Silux and we were just dealing with one of these Cybots disguising themselves as Silux. So it wasn't right until the end of the game. Right up at the end of the game, that's when we got actual Silux, and that has been really cool so far. Literally in the middle of the final fight right now. Next week, I will give my full thoughts on Metroid Prime 4 as a whole. So yeah, I've been playing lots of that, still enjoying my time with the game, still loving the NPC characters. I like Samus having people to interact with. I don't really mind that Samus is a silent protagonist and that she doesn't really say anything to the people around her. It's kind of charming. She'll just nod or, extend a hand. I think that Link has really gotten me used to that and helped me appreciate silent characters because Link is like my favorite character ever. Zelda is my favorite series of all time. I'm used to silent characters being insanely cool. So Samus, even when other people are talking to her and she chooses to be silent, doesn't really take me out of it too much. I think I'm just used to it though from Zelda. That's really all I've been playing this week. Let me know what you guys have been playing down below. Let's jump into this week's news. Biggest news we have this week. Pokemon Pokopia has launched and it's been a crazy success. It is the highest rated Pokemon game ever, one of the highest rated games of the year. Everyone has just loved it. It seems to give you so much freedom in building and creating. It seems to let you really cultivate your own land with the Pokemon you like and grew up with, and they all have charming personalities and dialogue. The multiplayer seems great. The game seems way bigger than people have ever imagined. There's different biomes or sectors. People are loving this game. I've been watching people stream it and play it, and it's been a really fun time. It definitely is one of those games that doesn't come along often. Every few years, we get a game that brings everyone together. Everyone's playing and figuring new things out in and having crazy reactions to. That is Pokemon Pokopia. I wish I could give my thoughts on it. I have not played Pokemon Pokopia yet. Um, I am currently dealing with a lot of personal struggles. We just moved recently. I am struggling to find a job. We are having to be more careful with our spending. I am fortunate enough to still be relatively comfortable. I'm thankful for everything we have: food, warmth, clothes, a house, an apartment. We're doing good, but I had to be careful. I wasn't able to get Pokopia on launch day. I did pre-order it a couple of weeks ago alongside Mario Tennis Fever because Target had some sort of a deal going on where it was a little cheaper. I decided to cancel it. I had car trouble. My girlfriend had car trouble. It ended up not being that big of a deal with my car. Thankfully, we finally got the parts to fix her car. It was just a scary time. And for the first time in a long time, I haven't been able to get a Pokemon game on launch day, but I'm still enjoying seeing everyone play it as a community, and I'm hoping to get it soon. If you follow me on any of my socials, I have been retweeting what is probably an annoying amount of Pokopia giveaways. I'm so sorry for that. I'm just desperately trying to be able to play the game so that I can talk about it with you guys, and I never intended to repost giveaways like that. So forgive me, bear with me. I'm trying very hard to get out of this situation, and I hope to be able to talk about Pokopia soon. In that same vein, I have also not played Fire Red and Leaf Green yet. Again, hoping that that changes soon. Another funny note in the news this week. There was a Pokemon Pokopia font generator that somebody made, and people were generating a bunch of funny sayings and logos in the Pokemon Pokopia font. The White House account on Twitter decided to use that to make a ridiculously gross post. I'm not even going to give it too much attention. The current administration or some team in there has decided that it's funny to use the Pokemon theme song, various other media, movie, TV shows, songs, and memes, and to make it something that basically excuses treating people horribly. Regardless of your beliefs, treating people horribly is not okay. Belittling other humans is not okay. So Pokemon came out and made a statement and said that they had no affiliation with that post. So I don't think it's funny when they do that. I think it's gross that the White House does that officially. But that's something that happened. I just wanted to put it out there. That is the ridiculous timeline we live in. So thankfully, of course, Pokemon had nothing to do with that, and they were quickly able to put that out there in the news that they did not sign off on this. Um, Other biggish news that happened this week, there was an Indie World showcase, another showcase that people I love indie worlds, but I'm just going to say this because I feel like the community feels this way. Another showcase people don't want. You've got these direct starved Nintendo fans that are just going to go crazy every time you give them an indie world or a partner showcase. So I think a little bit of that happened, but a lot of people were pretty happy with the show. There was a couple of bigger announcements. One of those was Blueprints, which is a big puzzle adventure game that came out on other consoles and Steam last year, I believe, and now that is coming to Switch too. So that is exciting. In that vein, some third-party news, Kenna Bridge of Spirits is coming to Switch 2, and that is a game I wanted to mention on the podcast because I think it came out on Steam, PlayStation, and Xbox maybe 3 years ago, 4 years ago, and that is a Zelda-like game. It is a adventure puzzle-solving game. I believe it was inspired by Zelda. The developers said so themselves. I remember hearing about this game years ago, so I wanted to put that in the news section. That is coming to Switch 2 soon. That is very exciting. It looks like it's running great. Kenna actually has a sequel game in development now, so that is exciting. Pragmata's release date was moved forward. That doesn't happen often, but it is now a week sooner. It is coming out on April 17th. They released a cute little drawing where it looked like Diana from Pragmata drew, oops, sorry, now releasing April 17th. So that was cute. That's not something we get to say a lot, that a game is now coming out sooner than initially expected. So that is fun. Mario Day Nintendo Switch Online releases. So Nintendo did announce that on Mario Day, the Virtual Boy Classics, which just came out on the Switch and Switch 2, will be getting 2 more games. It'll be getting Mario Class and Mario Clash. Sorry, not Mario Class. No Mario teaching game coming now. Not until we get Mario teaches typing or something. Mario Clash is coming to Virtual Boy Online, and so is Mario Tennis. The GBA app, Game Boy Advance, is getting Mario vs. DK, the original. That game was, funnily enough, remade in like 2024 and released on the Switch, but that is a very fun game, so I'm excited to get those. 2 more Kirby Air Riders amiibo will be releasing sometime in the near-ish future. Kirby Air Riders is getting a ton of amiibo. I think this is definitely a Sakurai thing. Sakurai loves to go all out with amiibo, just like how every fighter in Smash Brothers got an amiibo of their own. So we are getting the 2 legendary machines, which are really cool. We're getting Kirby on the Dragoon and Nor DDD on the Hydra. So that is awesome. Specifically for Dragoon, Dragoon has also been an important aspect of Smash Brothers. You collect all the pieces in Smash Bros. You get to use a crazy overpowered weapon with items on in Smash. So I'm sure a lot of people know about Dragoon, even if they haven't played Kirby Air Riders or Kirby Air Ride. Kirby also has the sword power-up on that amiibo, which is awesome because that is my favorite Kirby power-up. It makes him look like Link, so I might have to get that one day if the budget allows, because these amiibo are very expensive. I believe the DDD one was just announced to be $55, making it the most expensive amiibo ever. So that's pretty crazy. There was a Mario movie direct announced to be coming out on the 9th. There have been a ridiculous amount of Mario movie directs. We really don't need this many Mario movie directs, but we'll talk about this in the rumor section as well because the date being the 9th is interesting. There was a new poster for the Mario Galaxy movie that showed that Wart from Mario Brothers 2 will be in this game. I love how the Mario movies have pulled like obscure characters we haven't seen in like 20 plus years and put them in the movies. I really like that. You know, we had like Spike in Mario movie 1. Now we've got Wart in the Mario Galaxy movie. So even though this is the Mario Galaxy movie, they're just pulling things from every Mario game, and I love that they're doing that. Rob has even been seen in some of the promo images. I believe Rob can text you or give you a notification from the Mario Brothers website, so that is really fun. Always love seeing Rob. Other than that, for the news section, random mobile game news, Super Mario Run is getting a Super Mario Brothers Wonder plus Meetup in Bellabelle Park Nintendo Switch 2 Edition update. So they have actually supported Super Mario Run for many, many years. The game is like 8 years old now. It's been getting these collaboration updates where you can get items to decorate your Mario Run world with for each big release. So we've got these for a few years. There was some for like Paper Mario, The Thousand Year Door, Princess Peach Showtime, and now there's going to be some for Super Mario Bros. Wonder Switch 2 Edition. So that is very fun. There's like a Captain Toad statue, new Wonder Effect statues. That's pretty cool. Happy to see them still support that game. I believe that is everything for the news section. Let's jump into the rumors or leaks. So starting with the Mario movie direct, like I mentioned, this has a little rumor thing going on with it. The Mario movie direct being on the 9th is fueling the flames for a Mario Day announcement. Why would they hold the Mario Movie Direct on the 9th instead of the 10th, which is actually Mario Day, unless they had something else bigger planned for Mario Day? So a lot of people are thinking, oh, maybe we'll get a Direct on Mario Day. I don't know if I'd go that far. It's like 2 days away on the day you guys will be seeing this. So they'd probably announce a Mario Direct in advance. It's possible they announce it on Monday, the 9th, and give us just 1 day's notice on the 10th. But past Mario Days, they've dropped random Mario Day trailers where we got release dates for games, like back in 2024. We got the release date for the Thousand Year Door remake and Luigi's Mansion 2 HD. They could give Yoshi and the Mysterious Book, which is an upcoming Switch 2 game, a release date on Mario Day. I definitely think that the fact that they chose to keep the Mario Movie Direct off of Mario Day does mean that they are making room for something else. I hope it would be like a big 3D Mario announcement. That would be what I want. I don't know if that's what I see happening though, but I have a feeling we'll be getting at least some sort of an announcement. Another leak, Nintendo did this one themselves. They are having a Mario Kart World Mario Day tournament. And in the screenshots they posted to promote the tournament, they accidentally showed a currently unavailable battle mode. So Mario Kart World has a pretty bare bones battle mode, nothing compared to like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. People have been theorizing for a while that they would add these modes that are missing in updates. So think like Renegade Roundup and Bob-omb Battle. Well, that's exactly what happened. They accidentally posted a picture which shows the Bob-omb Battle icon being in the battle mode screen, which is not currently out yet in the game. So people are thinking that we're probably going to get a Mario Day Mario Kart World update. It will at least include Bob-omb Battle as a battle mode, but I'm hoping that there would be more to it, like costumes or more characters, or maybe even changes to the map. I would hope it's a more substantial update, but at the very least, we should be getting Bob-omb Battle, and that is exciting. And that's really all that we have for rumors or leaks. I'm not going to keep treading on the same ground. People want a Nintendo Direct. People are waiting for the games. Certain crazy YouTubers and online personalities are freaking out. Where are the games? How can Nintendo launch a new console and not have any announcements? Guys, play the games they've already released. Work on your backlog. Take it slowly. Enjoy your games. Don't rush through them. Don't be too much of a consumer. Really have experiences with the games. You'll have more fun. You'll feel better. Enjoy it. It's a hobby. It's supposed to be fun, you know? Make sure you're not losing yourself to just wanting to look for the next thing to buy. But I get it myself. I find myself wondering now that Pokemon hasn't made 2026, now that that's a 2027 game, Winds and Waves at least. What the heck are they going to release? I'm wondering too. I want to know. But it's better if you just enjoy the wait. Okay, and that is all for the rumors or leaks. I've got some listener questions that I would like to ask you guys. So these aren't questions from listeners. We don't get those yet. But if you have any, please put them in the comments and I will read them on the show. These are questions I have for you to kind of build some engagement for the community I want to build up. Are you guys excited for Mario Day? What do you think they're going to announce? And are you going to see the Mario Galaxy movie? I know that for me and my girlfriend, we're hoping to see it on opening day if possible, because we do have a local theater that is very close to home and they are playing Mario Galaxy movie on April 1st, opening night. So we're hoping to go to that. Let me know. Are you guys excited? Will you be seeing opening night? And what do you think we're getting from this crazy Mario Day stuff? Other than that, guys, please give me a like, subscribe if you enjoy the show. I am totally open to any and all comments, questions you have. Can be Pokemon related, Mario related, Zelda related, general Nintendo. Throw me questions. I'll read them on the show, give you a little shout out. And I'll also put my friend code on screen now. Add me. We can play games sometimes. I want to build up the community. I want to host a Mario Kart night of our own, Kirby Air Riders. We can play anything. I really want to build a community with you guys. Shorter show this week. I don't have too much to talk about. I'm hoping to give you guys a little more next week. If you've been playing Pokemon Pokopia, let me know your thoughts. What is your favorite Pokemon you've befriended in that game? And have you focused on advancing the story? Or are you just building houses? Let me know. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. I will see you all in the next one. Take care. Be safe. Bye-bye.